now turn up.
What up is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads. We're going to be recapping day 3 of the NFL draft. This is a Jerry Jeudy signed jersey. There it is. Oh, it's upside down. Come on, Marcus. Get your stuff together. All right, here we go. Lots of draft time. But that's a Jerry Jeudy signed jersey. 1K, we'll be giving it away to one of you subscribers. We're getting closer and closer. I'm not going to go through every positional player. Maybe I'll do that here down the road when I actually... there's even some players that I didn't even watch tape on because they weren't even a top 30 wide receiver. I can't even pronounce the guy that the Vikings drafted in the... I think it was 4th round or whatever that was, the 5th round, from Iowa. Like, I didn't watch, you're not going to watch 60 wide receivers of tape, especially when they're not projected in the top 30. It's like, you want to stick to trying to analyze these prospects that are going to be more valuable and worth it. But we're going to go through running backs, wide receivers, and tight end. 4th rounds through 4th or 7th that I thought were important. Let's go with running backs first. Michael Carter. Round 4, pick 2, right to the Jets. Wow, that was somebody even messaged me, who do you think the Jets are going to take? And I thought the Jets were going to take a bigger back. Them taking Michael Carter is a really good spot for Michael Carter. I think that's almost the perfect situation for him. The Jets were one of the RB neediest teams. Them and Miami were probably the RB neediest teams, but Miami has Gaskins. The Jets have Tevin Coleman, who is way past his tread. Michael Carter is going to have some short-term value here, especially this next 2021 season, because they're not going to have anybody else. And so, yeah, maybe 2022, they fill in that backfield with a 2nd-round running back or a 3rd-round running back. But right now, if you have an idea of being able to flip Michael Carter, he is going to be worth more and more. We're talking a top 5 RB in this class. RBs are going to be really top-heavy in this class, and then you're going to have these 4, 5, 6, 7 kind of by each other, and then it's going to be this huge, ginormous drop-off. Kenneth Gainwell was the next guy, and this one broke my heart because not only was he drafted all the way in the 5th round, and that's heartbreaking to me because Kenneth Gainwell was one of my favorite prospects. I don't know if it's because of this 2020 opt-out season. It'll be interesting to see if this is an abnormal year because usually it's rounds 1 through 3. You get these running backs, wide receivers, like that is their most important capital. But then now you have this weird season where you have some of these players opting out. So did his draft value drop that much? Or was I just I know that I've seen other people rank him as the 4th best running back in this class. Why was he drafted all the way in the 5th round? Like, that was just frustrating to me. I know there's plenty of running backs. Even my Vikings drafted some random running back instead of Kenneth Gainwell. Like, Kenneth Gainwell going to Philadelphia. Is this the Miles Sanders replacement? Is this going to be a guy who kind of takes over Boston Scott's role, but is a lot better in that role? I think Kenneth Gainwell will still have some sort of value, but him being a 3-down workhorse, right now, temporarily, we're going to have to put that on hold unless he takes over Miles Sanders' role, which I would put that at maybe 15%. I would say Miles Sanders is still a really, really good running back, and that he has that job. Probably 85% would be my guess on that. So you're looking at Kenneth Gainwell. You can't draft him in the 1st round. My top 12 already came out. He's not in the top 12. This was the biggest heartbreak for me because he was somebody I was so high valuable, or I was just so high on him. And it was just crushing to get a round 5, basically draft pick on him. Round 6, pick 10, the Trey Sermon hype for at least for a lot of us got dimmed down a little bit. And the reason for it is I think, in my mind, these running backs are super close. Now, I know that Trey Sermon is going to have the NFL draft priority because, he was drafted 3-4 rounds earlier. But we have Elijah Mitchell for the 49ers. He was out of Louisiana Lafayette. He was one of my favorite deep sleepers because I really liked his... he was like a James Robinson comparison. But he actually got drafted in the 6th round. This could easily be the later running back takes over that job because he's better. We saw that with Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones. We've seen that in the past as well. But Elijah Mitchell is somebody that I'm probably going to stay away from Trey Sermon because I think he's going to be drafted way too high. He's going to be drafted in the 1st round. It's just, that's where he's going to go because these running back needy teams are going to go, oh my goodness, there's 3 starting running backs. Then you have Trey Sermon, who's going to get pushed up these boards. And you're probably going to get Michael Carter that's going to be pushed up too far. And they're just going to be too rich for my taste. And then, so that's where I'm going to be taking hopefully Kenneth Gainwell, who's going to be dropping into the second round. Probably mid to late second round, he's probably going to get drafted in. And then Elijah Mitchell, same thing. He's probably going to be drafted maybe even in the early third, maybe late third, because of they already have the 49er backfield. They already have Trey Sermon there. But that's where Elijah Mitchell, I think, is going to be really competitive into that backfield. So I'm really hoping that they get an honest competition there, and that Elijah Mitchell might... I think they're very close in talent-wise. So you need to look at Elijah Mitchell if you haven't looked at his tape. Round 6, pick 33, Khalil Herbert. Again, Chicago is a situation where we don't know what's going to happen with David Montgomery down here in the future. And so this is maybe more of a future pick, but I think Khalil Herbert is a good enough running back to split some time with David Montgomery and take some of this pie that David Montgomery's have. He's not going to have this huge, ginormous percentage of snaps. It's going to be partly Khalil Herbert in there. And then the final guy, let's see, it is Jared, I don't even know, I didn't even put his name down. Honestly, I've never watched tape of him. I just put him down because it's round 7. If you have a really deep late flyer, just like Salvon Ahmed, just like even Myles Gaskins, this Jared Dunks, whatever his name is, he's out of Miami. I need to watch more tape of him, but right off the bat, I'm like, well, it's a Miami running back, so why not? Some of the biggest determining factors of will a late round success happen is opportunity, and Miami's a great opportunity spot, so maybe he becomes something. I need to watch his tape, honestly, because I have no idea who he is. They didn't even have him ranked on ESPN, so they just said he's a big back. I'm like, okay, well, cool. I don't know what that means. All right, wide receivers, an awesome spot, early round 4, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I honestly like top three round wide receivers. Now we're getting into Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's round 4. He is probably the best round 4 on. He is the best round 4 on wide receiver, and he has one of the best situations of this entire class. Detroit needs targets. Think Cooper Kupp. If you think Cooper Kupp, that is where Amon-Ra St. Brown's situation will be with Jared Goff. That is going to be an awesome situation for Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I feel like he is a really good wide receiver. I had him up there with like the Terrace Marshalls, behind Elijah Moore, but with Terrace Marshall in that area. And Terrace Marshall's going to get drafted in the first. Where's Amon-Ra St. Brown going to get drafted? Well, you're going to see a lot of these high-drafted wide receivers. You might get Amon-Ra St. Brown in the mid-second, late second. We'll see where he ends up being with some of these mocks coming in. Right now, right, we don't really have a mock, but I have a group of Dynasty people that we'll do a mock here soon, just so we can see, where is the initial reactions? Because sometimes you get these overreactions, and then it bounces back out after a couple of weeks, couple months. Let me know if your drafts are happening now, or if they're happening a couple months from now. Usually they happen, I was going to say, sometimes they happen right now, or they happen a couple months down the road. Usually it's not in the middle of June or anything. All right, anyways, Tylan Wallace. The only reason for this is because it's going to be a kind of savior pick for, basically, he's a good wide receiver. Tylan Wallace is a good wide receiver. He's going to Baltimore, 4th round, 26th overall pick in the 4th round. I think Tylan Wallace is one of those wide receivers that you really need to hope that a different quarterback is there, or that Lamar figures it out. Because you're going to have Bateman there, you're going to have Andrews there, Marquise Brown's there. This is simply a just like, keep that player in mind. I probably wouldn't even draft him. I would probably rather trade for him after, this would be like a 3rd, 4th year breakout. Honestly, that sucks, but Tylan Wallace is somebody that you should at least know. Simi Fehiko, I've never been able to pronounce his name. He's out of Stanford, whatever his name. He's a ginormous wide receiver, but he's to Dallas. And he reminds me a lot like Chase Claypool. So, is he going to, where is his kind of situation? Well, is Cooper going to be gone? Is Gallup going to be gone? I could easily see 2023 starting up, and you have Lamb and Simi here. So, like, he is a really good outside body wide receiver, and maybe he replaces Cooper's, not, of course, Cooper's production, but maybe he slides into that position. He's a big enough wide receiver. He's raw. He reminds me a lot of Chase Claypool, just doesn't have draft capital for it. So, again, these are flyers. Round 5, pick 37, we have Cornell Powell. Kansas City. That's all we have to say. He's basically Sammy Watkins' replacement. That's all I can think of him. I mean, you're probably gonna have some decent games from him. You go, ooh, who is that guy? I don't remember him. Like Demarcus Robinson, like Nicole Hardman, like anybody that is a Kansas City wide receiver, you're gonna have these high ups and high downs, and Powell might show. And so if you're looking for a guy that you might be able to trade, Powell might be a good situation there. 627 is Dimitri Felton. This is a strictly, I believe, Hunt replacement type in a year or two down the road. Dimitri Felton is a running back, but he is listed as a wide receiver. This is when Hunt is gone, Felton might be taking his spot. And if that's the case, you might be getting a steal. Felton's going to be going up my boards here because he's listed as a wide receiver, and because I think he'll have somewhat of a Kareem Hunt replacement type. And in that being said, I think that he is worth being a higher pick. How high? I mean, it could be end of the third, early fourth, but it's a flyer, a 6th round flyer, like you're talking about. And then the last one, Daz Newsome, a raw wide receiver, not my favorite wide receiver, but I think I had him higher ranked than a lot of different, like ESPN analysts. I would say they didn't like him. But 6th rounder to Chicago, again, where the target's going. Mooney's going to be there, and I love Mooney. Miller, is he going to be there? Is he going to be there for a long term? Probably not. So we're looking at Daz Newsome as being a potential wide receiver in that offense. Again, just trying to get opportunity. And they got Justin Fields now. So if you get Justin Fields, you might have a better opportunity to get some more production through there. We're going to go through 2 tight ends. My second overall tight end grade, and he'll probably be number 3. He won't be number 4 or later, that's for sure. I don't care who's in the 5th round. Brevin Jordan, we were talking about kind of a Jonnu Smith type of tight end. And so if you're looking at that, you are looking at a tight end that could develop. Who knows what their quarterback's going to be? Just based on the draft, they drafted 2 quarterbacks. I'm thinking Houston is preparing life without Deshaun Watson currently, at least short term. So Brevin Jordan's short term might be bad. It might be horrible. He might only have like 200 yards receiving. But tight ends take time, and this is the exact situation where I'm seeing Brevin Jordan. And if you can't get him in the trade, if you can't get him in the draft, trade for him in 2023, 2024. I know that seems like forever away, but it's 2-3 years away. Brevin Jordan, just put that in the mental brain bank. You got to put those in the brain bank, because if you don't put those in the brain bank, all of a sudden you forget about it, and then all of a sudden you go, oh my goodness, Brevin Jordan just broke out. That's exactly what you do with Jonnu Smith. You get this with all these different tight ends. Sometimes I just have these random names in here, and I'm like, where did that come from? Like, I recognize that name. Why is he breaking out? Oh crap, I forgot to trade for him. That was 3 years ago. I told myself to trade for him from right now, and now he's breaking out. Crap. Like, it happens all the time. Maybe even put it in your little note section of your phone or something. Or reminder, in 3 years. Put it like, what is it? May 2nd. So you might be getting this May 2nd or May 3rd. So put May 2nd of like 2023. Hey, reminder, Brevin Jordan, trade for him. If you can do that. Another tight end, Noah Gray, of course, drafted in the 5th round. He's going to Kansas City. He's a pretty good route runner and everything like this. I really love this pick for Kansas City. This is, man, Kansas City tight ends are always tempting. This is a pick and stash again. Like, if you are looking for maybe the Kelsey replacement, is he ever going to be Kelsey production? Maybe not. But if you're looking for a guy that might be the Kelsey replacement in 2-3 years, I mean, because Kelsey still has a contract that he's going to be there for a while. If you're looking for a guy that's maybe not going to get a lot of production now, but you want a stash, put a reminder in your phone again, maybe just next to Brevin Jordan, put and Noah Gray. Because these guys are going to be stash and holds, and Noah Gray could be all of a sudden, Kelsey... You start seeing Kelsey's contract getting up, all of a sudden you go, I'm going to trade for Noah Gray. Because maybe he's the only other tight end at that position there, and he's actually a good wide receiver tight end. And all of a sudden, boom. All of a sudden, now you have the new starting Kansas City tight end. So, this is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads. We're going to be doing daily Dynasty videos. This is a Jerry Jeudy 3 signed jersey. When we hit 1K, we'll be giving it away to one of you guys. Right? All right. Peace out. Take care.
Now turn up.